Philadelphia campus at PCOM. This session is part of our Lunch and Learn series, and we are going to be going over the library website, where everything is, how to locate our different resources and services, and then I'm also going to give you a few tips and tricks at the end with just searching our databases in general. All of them are unique and have their own, special functions, but I do have a few tips that can kind of cover all of them to help make your searching experience a little bit better. So as we start, I'm actually not going to start on the PCOM library website. I know that probably sounds a little bit weird. We're actually going to go all the way to pcom.edu. So this is the front page of the college, and just to show you how to get to the library webpage. Like, that's probably pretty important to know how to get to the webpage so that you can actually search and use the webpage. It's really nice from the PCOM homepage. We can actually look at quick links here, and we are the third choice right here. So it's a nice, quick, easy transition to get you to the library webpage. So once we click on that, a library webpage shows up right there for you. We also do have a pretty easy address to remember. Library.pcom.edu is located right there. And also, if you go into Google and literally just Google PCOM library, it's going to be the first thing that pops up. So a lot of different ways to get to the library front page. And as I say that, that's going to be a theme of this talk, is going to be there are a lot of different ways to get to where you want to go from the library webpage. We've done our best to give you multiple options about how to get to a certain resource or a certain service. I'm going to show you the way that I do it. However, not everybody thinks like me. And that's probably a good thing. It'd be pretty boring if everybody thought exactly the same. So if you do have a different way to get to these resources, you find a different way to get to them, please by all means use that if you feel more comfortable. But I'm going to show you the way I get to them, and I'll make sure to note when there are different ways to access the different resources. So during the talk, we're going to cover the library front page, which, like I said, we are at library.pcom.edu. We'll also cover a lot of the tabs up here, not all of them. Some of them are pretty straightforward, but just what is in all of these tabs at the top, what the contents are. Before I dive in, though, to the front page, the home page, I do want to point out our little chat box, which is down here. If you ever have a question and, kind of need either you have a quick question while you're on the website, or maybe you get turned around the website, not really sure where to look, or you don't want to send an email, it's a little bit more important or pertinent that you get an answer. Our chat services are available whenever the circulation desks are open, which is going to be 7 days a week. Monday through Friday is going to be 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. And then the weekends is going to be 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. During those times, chat will be available. So you can, just quick fill in your name, your email, what campus you're on, and then you can start a chat and start ask your question to a library staff member. And the staff member will either be able to give you the answer to the question pretty quickly, or will be able to point you in the right direction or point you to the person who can answer that question. So, please feel free to use our chat service. As long as you see chat with us, you'll be good to go. If we're not available, it'll be red and it'll say chat offline. Okay. So let's dive into the front page. This obviously right here, front and center, is going to be the search bar. We'll touch on this last, actually. I want to go over what else is available on the front page first. But this is going to be, kind of your main hub for searching and where you want to go in terms of accessing resources. We're going to go ahead, scroll down, and quick links is going to be located underneath it. Now, quick links is a list essentially of some of our most popular subject guides. So our subject guides are going to have all of our resources, but organized, whether it be by subject, by type, or by program. And you can see that in the quick links that we have all of those different types of subject guides. We do have an anatomy subject guide. We have a board prep subject guide, so different subject areas. We also have program subject guides, so whether you are a biomedical science major, forensic medicine, osteopathic pharmacy, physical therapy, physician, psychology, we have these different guides. They're curated and have resources. They're just available they're available for you and to target your different program. We'll talk about that more later. We also do have links to our databases, our ebooks, and also our mobile apps as well. So we have different guides that will give you whether it's a subject, a program, or a type of resource that's available. And our most popular ones are going to be located here under quick links to make it quick for you to find that type of resource or that subject area. So that's a very important section right here for you. Underneath that, we just have some of our new resources. We do get new resources fairly regularly. One that's really exciting that we've gotten within the past 6-8 months is going to be Grammarly. You can download that and have that for your computer to help with writing and composing emails. We also have our general resources. Now, these are going to be resources that kind of are outside the medical field, but I think just good resources to have. And I think nice benefits that PCOM, especially the PCOM library, provides, whether that be the Chronicle of Higher Education, with Canopy, that's streaming videos, Mango Languages. So if you want to learn a new language, you absolutely can. And then, of course, to our subscriptions to the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal are both free through the library. So that's a really nice thing to keep up with the news of the day. So that's why the general resources, I think, just a really good idea to check on that and get yourself signed up for these, since these are going to be resources that are good or useful outside of the classroom. Now on the right-hand side, we have our library news section, which is going to be, all of our updating in terms of COVID restrictions or hours or all of those types of things. So it was pretty popular the past year or so as we continue to open and offer more services. And then, of course, other happenings in the library is going to be located in this section as well. Below that's going to be featured resources that we will change up occasionally, but just add some extra attention to some of them, like Anatomy TV and Draw to Know It. And at the bottom, you can see some more just basic information in term and some direction, whether it be to the PCOM homepage, My PCOM, and some of our other offerings, which include our digital commons, our alumni portal, so resources for alums, and of course our contact us option. So that's at the bottom. So that is our front page, all the bells and whistles. The main thing though is going to be our search box right here, right up front. We have a bunch of different tabs, a couple of them just to make mention. We do have a direct search link to Google Scholar and direct link to PubMed. These are obviously, PubMed is going to be probably our biggest database in terms of research. And of course, Google Scholar, I'm pretty sure everyone knows what that is at this point. I think Google, a pretty well-known name. We also do have the site search option. So if you're looking for a specific term or something on the PCOM website, this would be where you're going to search. Don't try and search for a book or a journal article here. This is going to be more if you're looking for something specific on the library website. So can be of use. You probably won't need it, but it is there and available if you do need it. And then these three tabs over here are eJournals tab. So if you want to search through our journal holdings, you can type in the title, the ISSN number, or subject keywords here, and it'll take you to a search option. Pretty straightforward. Our Books tab is going to search our library catalog. So this is going to search our physical books, our ebooks, and also any AV materials that we have. So whether that be DVDs, CDs, and things we have at the circulation desk as well, such as chargers, laptops, things of that nature, you'll be able to search from the book tab. So just keep that in mind. You can also limit your searches, which can help out a lot too if you're looking for just a specific ebook or if you're looking for something campus specific. You can certainly use that option as well. So that's the book tab. Can be pretty helpful. The One Search tab, this is going to be our biggest search option that you have. And I think the tagline here is really good. Search almost everything. Almost everything. My advice when using the One Search is if you are just starting out or you don't know where to look, One Search is perfect because it's going to search a large majority of our journal holdings and all of our books and ebooks and be able to track things down for you. So for instance, we're going to do, this is going to be an example we're going to use quite a bit, the Atlas of Human Anatomy. We're going to go ahead and search for it. Hopefully I'm not going to get prompted by Duo, but we'll see. If not, I'm prepared. Okay, did not. Cool. And we're going to see the results right here. And the first couple results we're going to see, we see the Atlas of Human Anatomy, Frank Netter. This is the book we're looking for. The ebook copy is right here. You can see electronic resource. And then underneath that is going to be, looks like the physical copy, or one of the physical copies. And then we see other physical copies down here, different editions. So you can see that that will bring us to what we're looking for in terms of the Atlas of Human Anatomy. And then, of course, as we go farther down, we're going to get different book titles, different ebooks. Hopefully there's going to be a journal article. Doesn't look like it, but that's okay. And it's just the one search is going to give you all the options that we have, which can be great if you're just starting out. However, if you are looking for something more specific, I don't know if I would always recommend the one search. So as we get more acclimated, and that's why we're doing this session, that you'll be able to maybe move from one search and be able to search a little bit more in detail to find what you're really looking for. But one search, when you're first starting out or you're not sure exactly what you're looking for, one search is going to be really helpful for that. And that's going to be this main search bar. So if you're looking for, books, journals, you're not sure, one search. If you're looking for a specific book, I think I would definitely recommend using the books tab to search our catalog. And if you're looking for journals, you can certainly use the e-journal option, which is right there. So that's the front page. Pretty straightforward. We're going to actually move up to a lot of these drop-down menus to kind of, and this is where we really show off all the different resources that we have. Within the collections tab, this is going to be broken down. Our resources are going to be broken down by type in the collections tab. You can see our databases, which we will click on in just a minute. We do have, ebooks, our journals, and then of course like images and videos as well. So this is all of our resources, but broken down by what type they are. Outside of the library main page, which is where we are at right now, so that's going to be the most important thing I'll show you today. The second most important thing to show you is going to be our databases link and our databases collection. So I'm going into collections right here, and databases is available. Databases is also available under quick links. So like I said, there are more than one ways to access our resources. This is a good example that we have. Our databases link is right here, and it's going to take us to our A to Z databases page. This is a list of literally all of our databases. So all 223 are listed right here for us. It's a lot. I know it's a lot. But we do have ways to help you navigate. You can see up here, we have all the letters of the alphabet. So as long as you know the first letter of the database you're looking for, you can click on the letter and it'll take you to that. So let's say we're looking for PubMed. We go to P. We can search on down to PubMed, and PubMed's right here. And again, this is another example of you can find resources in multiple ways. PubMed right here, if we click on it, it's going to take us to PubMed itself and let us start searching. Here's hoping. There we go. Okay. And we can start searching here from PubMed, which is great. Or like I showed you on the front page of the website, you can search PubMed right here as well. So again, multiple ways to search and to access our resources, which is really helpful. So like I said, outside of the main page, our databases page, the A to Z databases guide, is probably going to be is the second most important thing that I will show today, because this is going to list all of our databases to access. So that's why databases within collections is really important. I also do want to highlight our ebooks guide right here. So we're heading down collections into ebooks. And this is going to be our ebook guide. This is not all of our ebooks, but this is a curated list by subject area on some of the most popular ebooks that we have. So you can see our ebooks are organized by subject area here. Go ahead, click on anatomy, because then too, in anatomy, we can see Atlas of Human Anatomy by Frank Netter, which is what we were looking at before. So again, more than one way to access a resource. Like I said, this ebook page right here is not all of our ebooks, but I think if you're looking for books in a subject area, I think this is a really good option to be able to look at some of our most important books very quickly and very easily. With the ebooks, we have the link right here for Netters. If we click on that, it'll take us to the ebook and we'll be able to start reading. And if you see this little book icon over here, we can view the icon, the item in the PCOM online catalog, and that's going to allow us to check if the book is in or out or what edition it is to give us a lot more information. So if you see that icon, that's what it means. You don't have to be scared of it or anything. So that's our ebook collection or our ebook guide. Like I said, it's not all of our ebooks, just some of our more popular ones, and broken up into subject area, which is really nice and really helpful if you are just browsing or looking for a certain subject area. And within our collections tab, like I said, our other types, other mediums of uh, of of resources, whether that be our journals, images, our videos. We also do have our digital commons, so a lot of scholarly work done by community members of PCOM, and then also our archives and special collections. What we have available is in collections. The next tab is going to be our guides, where collections organize our resources by type. Guides really organizes our resources by subject area. And you can see a lot of these are going to look familiar from our quick links. So again, multiple ways to get to resources, whether it be a subject area like anatomy, your clinical tools, your board prep resources, to your program guides for biomedical biomed, osteopathy, all the others, and then also just general information resources as well, whether that be resources for our faculty that we have or virtual access to kind of help troubleshoot the library website and give you some more options there. These are not our only guides, though. We have a lot more, and you can see up here with all guides. If we go ahead and click into that, it's going to show 48 guides, so a lot less than our 223 databases, thankfully. But we still do have a lot of guides on a lot of different topics, and it extends past just the programs and subject areas. We have our medical Spanish lib guide. We have some culture humility. I also want to highlight we do have a guide that highlights our LGBTQ resources, which is great. And then also have for volunteer faculty, our researching and publishing. So we have a lot of different resource guides available that contain resources on different topics. So I definitely would recommend, when in doubt, if you're wondering about something that we offer, whether it be a service, something like RedCap is something we offer, we have a guide for it. Like I said, our research and publishing. We also have our writing resource guide down here as well. So we have a lot of different information that's organized for you by subject area. So definitely worth checking out the guide page here to see if we have something on what you are looking for. So that's within guides. The next one, My Accounts. I think this one is actually really important. Just to briefly highlight, when you sign into the library website and start searching for resources, most of our resources are going to function off of your PCOM network credentials. That you just put that in, and you'll be able to start searching. There are a handful of resources and services, though, that we offer that you need to make a separate account for. And those are all located under My Accounts, which is right up here. Whether that be Aquifer, Board Vitals, and Exam Master, so more board prep and curriculum based, to our interlibrary loan services. So if our library does not have a resource that you are looking for, you can request it via Easy Borrow or Iliad from other libraries, and we'll get a hold of it for you. To a couple other resources, whether that be RedCap, our surveying tool, or also RefWorks, it's a mouthful, which is our writing support program. These all require you to make a separate account when signing up. So that's why we have them all listed here. These are all also available on our main A to Z databases page. So again, multiple ways to get access to these, but we figured it would be a good idea to group these separately here to make note that you need to make your own account to be able to access them. You don't got to pay, but you do have to make your own account. So those are available right here for you. The other tabs, I think news, about, and FAQ are all pretty straightforward. These are all our all our library updates. About is going to be your standard about section, whether it be our staff directory, our hours and locations, and also our general guidelines and policies. And of course, FAQs is going to take you to a frequently asked question page that will let you check to see, if you have questions about our resources, you should be able to find an answer there. So those are pretty straightforward. The services area is, other services we provide that outside of our resources, whether that be our events calendar and when we are having instructions and events. Our interlibrary loan options are right here available. Our liaisons, so depending on what program you are, you can check who your library liaison is that can help you out. We also have our thesis and dissertation section, which is for the psychology and biomed programs. Once they get to their theses and dissertation, that point in their program, we have information for them there. And for those on the Swanee campus, you can actually reserve study rooms within the library. And this is only Swanee campus specific, just to be clear. But you do have that option, and that is located in our services tab. So I think this is something important to be able to check. And our writing support as well is also located here. So a lot of good options here within our services. They're outside of our resources that we offer. So that's our library website. Like I said, I wanted to talk very briefly about just some really quick tips and tricks when searching, how to get the best out of your search. This can be tough because, like I said earlier, all of our databases act a little bit differently and are unique in their own ways. However, there are a couple tips and tricks we can provide that that is going to be pretty universal. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm already in PubMed right here. The two main things I want to talk about is creating a personal account and then also using filters when you're searching. So we'll try the personal account. You can see up here a login option. So we'll go ahead, log in. Hopefully, yep. Log in. Let's log in with my PCOM, my Google account. Let's see if it works. Taking us to here. This will be interesting. Okay, so it already actually remembers me from before, so that's great. So now I'm logged into PubMed with a personal account. The reason I advocate for a personal account with our resources is going to be because you can actually save a lot of the work and progress you make as you're researching. So you can save your searches. You can see I have a save searches option up here. You can also save other your recent activity. You can kind of see what you were searching. You can save different collections. So basically, different groupings of articles that you've collected, and your bibliography as well. So you can save articles, you can save searches, and that way you can kind of save your progress essentially as you're working in these databases, which is really helpful. You don't have to do this. I will emphasize that you don't have to do this in PubMed. You can supply your PCOM credentials and start researching, no problem. But I will encourage you to make your own profile because you can save your searches, you can save interesting articles, and you don't lose that progress when you've stopped researching for the night. That when you start back up the next day or next week or next month, you can kind of pick up where you left off as opposed to trying to remember what you were doing. And this is going to be the same for a lot of the resources that we have that they will offer you to make a free account. You can absolutely do that. You're welcome to. Again, you don't have to, but you are welcome to. And you can, start researching and saving your stuff and saving your progress as well, which I think is really helpful. So that's certainly one of the advantages of doing that. The other one, let's see if I can get back to. Let's see if I can get a better vision of PubMed. All right. So as we'll go ahead and search, the other thing I wanted to mention, that's not how you spell that, is using filters. So I'm going to search super generic for heart attack, and I get obviously 272,000 results. A nice evening's worth of reading there. A lot of our databases on the left-hand side are going to offer filters, and that's where I really recommend that you kind of check those out to help reduce the amount of results so you don't have almost 300,000 results. PubMed in particular can reduce by topic and subject area. You can edit and refine what years you want to actually look at different articles. Also text availability. So if you want to just look at the abstract or if you need the full text right now, you can certainly click that. And then also things like article type. So if you're looking for a specific source, publication date, there are going to be a ton of other filters as well, including language, publication, all of those different types of things. So I'd really recommend you check those out as you're researching in all of the databases. They're all going to be a little different, but most of them are going to be on the left-hand side once you do a search, and then you can kind of refine your search from there. Just doing those couple little options there, we reduced it from 272,000 to 108,000. I realize that's still a lot, but it took us 30 seconds to kind of get rid of a lot of information that we just won't use or don't need. And you can refine it further from there as you go. But I think it's really helpful and worth a look. So those are the two main things that kind of overarching advice to give is to make your own personal account, so you can save your progress, save what you're doing, and also use filters to kind of help limit the amount of results you get back, so that way you can filter out the things that are just not going to be of use to you while you are working. At this point, that's going to be the end of my presentation, 12:30 on the dot. But if anyone has any questions, please feel free to let me know in the chat. I can hang on for a minute or two. But like I said, library.pcom.edu. If you have any other questions that come up later, please feel free to reach out to me. Like I said, my name is Matt McNellis, Public Services Librarian, right there. My email address is right there, MatthewMC1, Feel free to reach out to myself or really any of my colleagues. All of us would be more than happy to reach to answer and to help you out as best as we can. So I think I heard a question. I'm going to stop sharing for a second so I can look at the question. That was a thank you instead. Okay. All right. Well, if there aren't any other questions, I will say thank you very much, everybody, for joining and attending. I really appreciate it, and have a great afternoon and a good weekend.